What you doing, little bunny? Hi. Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome to my channel. Today I've got a really fun video for you. Today I have got to organize my 12 by 12 patterned papers. Today I need to organize my 12 by 12 scrapbooking papers. I have so many papers, a lot less than I used to because I've been really into minimalism lately and how that can help improve my life. So I've been getting rid of a lot of things over the last year and a half, but I still have a lot of stuff. And after using up a ton of stuff for the last 5 months with my Scrap My Stash challenges, and after getting rid of a ton of stuff over the last 2 years, I recently went out and did a couple of hauls and got more stuff, which is great because when you've been getting rid of a ton of stuff and using up a ton of stuff, it's great to get some new products in there and feel inspired to work with some new things. So all good changes, but that does mean that I have a ton of 12 by 12 papers that I need to properly put away because I've just kind of shoved them in here, and I've got some 12 by 12 paper pads, which I never keep paper pads together. Just a lot of stuff that I need to work through with these shelves here. You can see I keep all of my 12 by 12 paper in these two shelves here. I need to go through and organize this one. This is out of control. So I'm going to show you what I have going on, and then we are going to organize it and maybe get rid of some stuff that I've had longer. I could probably go through and do another small getting rid of session here for some of the stuff I've had a really long time that I still haven't used, or for some of these paper pads that I bought. A lot of paper pads come with 50 different papers, and I might only love 35 of them. And, you know, for a $5 paper pad, that's still a great price for 35 papers, but it doesn't mean I should keep the 15 that I don't like. So we're going to go through and do that, and I'm going to film it for you because so many people have asked me, how do you even begin minimalism with scrapbooking or with a hobby that takes up a lot of space or where you have a lot of physical goods? So this is how I do it. All of my 12 by 12 paper is confined to these two racks right here, and I can never outgrow that space. Right now it's starting to get messy, so I know that I need to clean it and go through it right now. But yeah, I hope this process is fun for you to watch, maybe inspire you to clean your craft room too. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I have 3 12 by 12 paper pads here that I'm going to work through, and I will show you my process for keeping only the things that I love. So I really like this cut apart sheet. I think there are a lot of little bits from it that I will use. So I'm going to cut this apart, and what I don't use I will gift to other people. Like, I don't drink tea, so I have no use for this, so maybe I'll include it in some happy mail for one of my pen pals. I really like this paper. This paper I think would be very challenging for me to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put this paper in my giveaway pile. I love this swan paper. I've used probably 2 of these 12 by 12 papers already, and I just bought this paper pad, so I could have some more. Definitely going to keep this. One of my favorites from this pack, keeping this. This one's a keep. This one I am going to give away. For me, there's just not a whole lot going on there. It's got like some faux washi tape crosses across it, but I have some cross pattern paper that I like more than this, and if I ever wanted the washi tape look, I would just use some washi tape from my own stash. So this is going to go in my giveaway pile. I love this bow paper, so I'm going to keep that. I think I would struggle to use this one. Typically, I like to use my photograph in a lot of embellishing, so I like my backgrounds to be more plain or floral or a repeating pattern. These have all different words and letters across it and all different colors. So I think for me, I wouldn't get a whole lot of use out of this, so I'm going to put it in my giveaway pile. And then we are starting over from the beginning again. So I'm just going to repeat the same process with all of these papers. Like I said, I would keep one of these and give the other one away. So giving this one away and going to repeat this process. So from this Maggie Holmes Bloom paper pad, I am getting rid of 10 of these 12 by 12 papers, and I am going to keep 38 of them. So like I said, you still get a stellar deal if you only keep the ones that you love, if you love a lot of the paper pad, but that doesn't mean that you need to keep all the stuff that you don't love or that you're not inspired by or that you will have a difficult time using. And then on to this wildflower paper pad here. Love these houses, keeping this. Love this tile pattern, keeping this. Love the cut apart, keeping this. Really like this for a background. This one, I think I would have a difficult time using this, but I really do love the pattern for some Happy Mail. So I'm going to keep one and give away the other one. This one is a little too busy for me. I'm going to give it away. Keep. I'll keep one of these and give the other one away. I like how it looks like denim. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to keep both of the butterfly and moth ones. Love this one. Love this one. Pretty much all of the simple background papers I keep, so I'm going to keep that and keep this cut apart, and then we restart over and I'm going to do the same thing again. For the wildflower paper pad, I'm getting rid of 7 of the papers and keeping the rest. And then moving on to this orange blossom paper pad. I really love this one. I think I'm probably going to keep almost everything in it, but I'm still going to go through it and double check. The color palette is so limited compared to this one. This one you have red and pink and orange and green and blue and yellow. You have all of the colors in this paper pad. This paper pad does not. It's orange, green, and pink, and those colors just repeat. And because it is such a themed collection with the oranges, the butterfly, the birds, and then the very small color palette, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one together. So just from my brand new paper pads, these are all of the papers that I'm going to get rid of. It's a nice little chunk there. No reason to keep all of those. So here's another stack of paper that I got from my small local scrapbooking store haul that I did at 2 different stores when I was up in Michigan visiting. And I need to put this huge stack of papers away. So I'm going to go through and organize them by category and how I am going to use them. So you can see how I organize all of my 12 by 12 papers, because I think I have a system down that has worked phenomenally for me the last year, and it took me a really long time to find it. So I'm going to show you what that looks like and how I do it. So this is cut apart. I am actually going to cut it apart and store all the different pieces, the ones that I'm going to keep in my Project Life container, or these little strips here in my paper scraps container. Another cut apart that needs to get cut apart. This is going to go with my Christmas stuff. And what I do is I look on both sides of my papers if I have double-sided pattern paper, and I choose which side that I'm most likely to use it for. For this paper, it is this side, and this is a non-floral patterned, so I'm going to put that aside. This one, again, is a non-floral pattern, so it goes in the same pile. So do the hearts. So does this pretty gingham. This is actually going to go in my solid colored cardstock category, and I know it's not actually solid colored, but I would use it as if it were a solid color background paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in with those. I actually love both sides of this paper, but I think I am more likely to use it for this floral side. So this is going to get put in my floral papers. Here's another Christmas one to get stored with my Christmas stuff. This one I am going to put with my word paper because it says XO all over it. Love this floral paper. This is a word patterned, and this one has little bunnies on it. This is so cute. We just got a baby bunny a couple months ago. So excited about that. And this has flowers and stuff all over it. But it also has the bunnies, and I think I'll use it for the bunnies, and when I go to look for it, I'm gonna think, ooh, I want the bunny paper, not the floral paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and store this with my non-floral patterned papers. Just because I know when I think about it later, I'm not gonna think of the floral paper, I'll think of the bunny patterned paper. So gonna go ahead and store it like that. So now I have all of my papers categorized properly, and I will show you how I put that away. Okay, so here you can see the 2 cubes in my Calyx unit that I use to store all of my 12 by 12 papers. This is where I organize all of my papers. This one is kind of a hot mess. So this has some half worked on projects that I need to put away somewhere else. This has some kits that I haven't opened yet. And then this drawer is all finished layouts that need to get put away in one of my albums. Again, more stuff that I just haven't put away or put in the proper album yet. And then on the very bottom, I keep my 12 by 12 chipboards here. So this one I'm gonna leave alone for right now because this video is already getting pretty lengthy and I need to put this stuff away, find a better home for this stuff. But this is what we are really interested in, how I store my 12 by 12 papers. So you can see this system here. It's really beautiful. This is only one 12.5 by 12.5 cube here, and all of my paper fits in here. I love the way this has worked for me. On top, I have all of my floral papers. So it's just stacks and stacks of floral papers here. And floral patterned paper is probably my favorite. So anywhere you flip in here, you will find floral paper. And then on the second shelf, I have my specialty paper. So this is a patterned piece of acetate. This is a piece of foiled paper. Again, more foiled paper. That one has stripes on it. That's a foiled piece of paper. This is actually a linen paper. And then we've got some vellum back here, more vellum, lots of vellum. We've got some holographic paper there. And then we've got this giant wood veneer type of 12 by 12 setup for a layout. So all of my specialty stuff goes in this second drawer level shelf thing right here. And I always know where to find all of my 12 by 12 acetate, vellum, and foiled things. All of the specialty paper gets piled away right here. And then this shelf right here is all of my non-floral patterned papers. So anything that is not a floral paper, but it does have a pattern, that goes in this shelf right here. And there are so many different patterned papers down here. I used to organize by stripes or polka dots, and that just got to be way too much, because then what would happen is I would have a shelf with like the tiniest stack of papers, like my 20 polka dotted papers, and storing it this way just makes a lot more sense for my brain and for the space that I have, so that way I'm not wasting space. And even storing all of my non-floral patterned papers together like this, you can see it still doesn't take up all of the shelf. I still have room, and I really love the way that that has worked out for me. And then on this shelf, I have all of my word patterned papers. So all of my patterned papers that have phrases or words on them get stored on this shelf. And then on this shelf, I have all of my solid colored cardstock here. So you can see any of my solid colors and my white here. And then I also put things that aren't technically solid colored. I don't know if you can tell the detail on this. I think it might be blown out a little too much, but this actually varies in the color of light green that it is. So even though it varies a little bit, just like those ombre papers, I still put them on the shelf with my solid colored cardstock because I use them the same way that I would a solid colored cardstock as my background. So that's what I have on this shelf. And then the very last thing that I have down here below all of my shelves, I keep my very large art prints that I don't know what I'm doing with yet. These came in a pack of Me and My Big Ideas prints. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for yet, but I always know where to find them, and they are always safe and will never get wrinkled, being on the very bottom of this shelving unit. So this is how I store all of my 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. As you can see, I have a limited space. I'm not allowed to outgrow this space, and this is for my sanity, my well-being, and so I can create more, because I used to have probably 3 cubes of these just stacked, filled completely up without the shelving unit, without all the empty space in between the stacks, just solid paper everywhere. And I'm so glad I don't have that anymore. And I still have so much. I still have hundreds of pieces of paper here. So it is plenty. I'm gonna go ahead and put away that paper that I just picked up from that recent haul and get them into these categories: floral, specialty, non-floral pattern paper, word patterns, and then my solid colored cardstock. And that is how I organize my 12 by 12 papers and a short little D-stash with me. I hope you have loved this video and loved seeing my setup. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you want to know anything or say anything. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, please. That red button right there down in that corner, yeah, hit that button. You'll see all the fun projects that I make. And in case you didn't know, I have a second YouTube channel where I talk all things minimalism and lifestyle. So if you love decluttering videos, clean with me videos, organizing videos, that kind of stuff, I will link down my second channel below. You can see how I do that in the rest of my life, and not just my craft room, because I only share my craft room stuff on this channel. So check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.